It's Avenue Trey coming live with you off of Dusty Vision TV.
Just give me a little bit of peace, steady job and some food to eat. Just give me a little bit of peace, steady job and some food to eat. Just give me a little bit of peace.
Remind everybody where you're from and what set you're from.
Sure, I'm from Washington, D.C. The set that I claim is West Side Original Harlem Avenue Crip. From the 30s, man. 9th Ave and Jeff, baby. Straight from the Arlington side.
And I've been seeing D.C., as I've been seeing a lot of big cities in America on the news lately, because shit is just on the rise, just crazy, man. I know D.C. has seen a huge uptake, something like 100% increase in gun violence in D.C. over the past year. Am I correct in saying that?
Oh, yeah, man. You know, the statistics is changing every day, man. We went from 2 to 3 people die a weekend to 6 people die a weekend. And the theft level's at an all-time high. And last time I checked it, it was a map. It was getting passed around on the crime and the statistics. It was about at least like over 1,800. And that was in the month of April, man, going into May. I can't imagine what the summertime looks like now.
Man. Why do you think, and LA, like I said, is experiencing the same thing? We haven't seen these crime levels in like 2 decades. You know what I mean? And why do you think it seems like we're going backwards, man?
I mean, honestly, I really think that there's an agenda at work. And I feel like, you know, the battle for your soul is at work, man. I don't know if anybody is spiritually inclined to see a lot of stuff transition, but you ever heard of the energy transfers? Like people have negative energy. It bounces from person to person. Mm-hmm. Well, energy is just like spirits, just like demons. So you have people going out here, you know, they're frustrated, whatever points in life that they didn't reach, and they're turning around and internalizing it as self-hatred, and they're bringing their self-hatred on other people. And a lot of that has to do with the mind state, you know, where people are desperate, man. People are dying daily. From the West Coast all the way to the East Coast. I mean, It's like the poverty level, man. We haven't seen stuff hit us like this since the 90s and the 80s, man.
Facts.
And it's just, you know, it's crazy now with the COVID mask. Everyone's masked up like the new normal. Yeah. So everybody is like prone to like be more. I'm not going to say because of COVID the crime rate is up, but because the ability to wear a mask, for those that don't know, in the 90s, wearing a mask, let alone wearing a hoodie in a store, you know, was frowned upon. It was not even like a thing. You couldn't do it. Yeah. And now we live in a time frame where you can wear a hoodie and you can wear a mask and gloves. So if you put 2 and 2 together, man, it's like a recipe for disaster. And now a lot of inmates are home that had those 20, 40 years, those football jerseys that they were facing. A lot of them is coming home due to the COVID. There's a lot of stuff happening, man. There's a lot of people coming home, and there's a lot of reinforcement going on in the streets. And the streets is in chaos right now, and it's structured. You know, it's right now, Dusty, it's a lot of real versus fake right now, man. You know?
Yeah.
And it's a lot of, you know, and it's like nowadays you can't even tell whose jacket says real and whose jacket says fake, man. And like the job, and they're starting to, even though a lot of places are operating at 100%, you know, a lot of foreclosure is happening. I know a couple of people who had a clothing line that I know personally. You know, they opened up their store. They still have it available, but because of the physical demand, you know, they've been reduced to just, you know, going back. They opened up a storefront. Now they're going back to doing where they started at. But, you know, progress is, you know, it's a process. You know, as long as you keep your brand alive, keep the culture alive, no matter what happens to you, you got to push on and endure under pressure, like the kings and the queens that we are, man. Mm-hmm. And you can't fall victim, huh?
Yeah, and this crime thing that we're dealing with, this uptick of crime, this is something that we need to take care of in our own community, because we don't want them taking care of it, because when they take care of it, meaning them, the government, the man, whatever you want to call them, they come in with the big guns, they come in with the tanks, they come in with the laws that lock you motherfuckers up for 20 years type shit. A 1994 crime bill. I mean, I was what, 13, 14 or whatever at that time. You were probably a little younger than me. But you know what I mean? We have a guy in office who is known for doing that, and we don't want the government taking over. You know, we need to basically reel it in, and I don't know how we can do it, you know, this whole but we need to figure it out, because they're going to start passing laws that's going to lock a lot of motherfuckers up, man.
Oh, well, yeah, absolutely. You know, the objective is they want to do two things. You know, they want to take our guns away so we can't defend ourselves legally.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing is they want to, instead of, like, they think that they're releasing us, you know, some of us that are just coming home, a lot of us are being set up into a plan to send us right back for good. Because that martial law is real, man. It's going to come, God forbid, any day now. Just imagine you seeing a black truck pull up outside your house, and you see 12 guys hop out of it with flashlights, you know, big machine guns, with goggles, you know, beams at your door, kicking in your door. You know what I'm saying? At 4 or 5 in the morning, that's a nightmare to stare at the barrel, man, and being handcuffed in your drawers and dragged from your home. And they don't need a pass to get at you. You know,
Yep.
The time right now for all my brothers, no matter if you Crip, you Blood, you Folk, or People Nation, or for all my brothers, like blacks and browns, all of us, that's to come together, man. We can't allow them to do that. I know a lot of us don't believe in voting, but instead of the president, let's take it to the Senate. Let's take it to the laws, man.
Mayors, you know, all the way down to your school attendants, dog. Those are the people that I vote for. I don't give a fuck about the president, because the president doesn't give a fuck about me. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But the people that can fix the potholes in front of my house, the people that can clean the graffiti, you know, down the street so my city doesn't look shitty, you know what I'm saying? Like, those are the people that we should really focus on voting in. And I was there at one time. I didn't vote when I was like, I didn't really take that shit serious till I was probably early 30s. You know what I'm saying? But if we can get these 20-year-olds to start taking that shit serious, and they will vote a lot of these guys, you know, who have our best interests into local and state and government politics.
Oh, absolutely, man. I mean, it's in fact, people think that everyone just thinks of an election as you got to vote for the big guy, whether he's on the red team with the Republicans or he's the blue team with the Democrats. And the truth of the matter is, the president, no matter which side they're on, they care nothing for us. It's these laws that we got to change. We got to change the laws, man.
Yeah.
Us burning down, and to everyone listening, us burning down stuff, man, that's not generating no attention, but the wrong attention.
Facts,
the way we fix this problem, we organize. Even if you I don't care if you gotta organize a meeting at your house. A meeting is a meeting. When you get together, the power of the Panthers came from them communicating with one another at meetings. And what happened with that was they were able to take the issue to the places like the mayor, city of council, and they changed laws because they demanded justice. We, as the Community Revolution in Progress, we got to do that, man. We got to take it back to that. Revolution is not always with a baseball bat or a pistol going against the police. Sometimes the revolution can be handled without any destruction.
Yep. Especially nowadays, dog. You said organized. You know, if we could come together as a people, like a lot of these other organizations do, or a lot of these other people do, we would be unstoppable, man.
Exactly. I mean, the one thing we got to start doing is the first step in order for us to come together. We got to stop looking at each other like the enemy.
Facts.
And it shouldn't take for incarceration for us to calm down, to come together like the brothers that I know we can be. As well as the sisters, too. You know?
Yeah, they're just as important, if not more important.
Matter of fact, I'm glad you brought that up. You know, a quick history lesson for my viewers out there. The purpose of the gangs was to protect the neighborhood from an evil, racist bigots that came to oppress the people, and they would take our precious women and children and abduct them off the streets and rape them and hang them from trees. The purpose of us was to protect the neighborhood and everything within it. That was the real essence. It was never made to be weaponized against each other. But when we put our pride into it, we turned on each other, man. And they gave us all the tools to destroy us. Can't do it, man.
Man.
This is madness, man.
Gave us all the tools, and they're continuing to give us all the tools now, like you said, with the mask, and just making it easier for us to commit more crimes on us. And here you go, guys. Here's a bunch of masks. Cover up your face. Here's some gloves. Cover it. There's a bigger plan behind this. And I'm no conspiracy theorist, but when I look at shit and it looks like shit and it smells like shit, I'm like, you can't tell me it's ice cream.
I mean, exact. That's exact, man. That's 3,100%. You know,
Yeah.
I'm just looking at it like it's almost like there's like it goes back to what I was saying. It's all an agenda, man. You know, they already divided us. They already diluted and polluted our communities with drugs and guns that they allowed. Last time I checked, a 10-year-old does not own a passport. How the hell is he getting drugs in this country that the U.S. government allows? You know, at one point in time, it was like, bro, how you let, you know what I'm saying, the mob, you know, they took over Vegas, and they're not even American. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
You let them in, and they had kids at generational wealth because they got a deal with somebody. Gotcha, man. It's Avenue Trey coming live with you off of Dusty Vision TV. It's Avenue Trey coming live with you off of Dusty Vision TV.
Just give me a little bit of peace, steady job and some food to eat. Just give me a little bit of peace, steady job and some food to eat. Just give me a little bit of peace.
And when you try to outshine the government, you know, if they're allowing you, they will come and they will clamp you, man. And I look at all of them. There's all of this stuff is documented. Everybody's paying, man. Everybody, you know. There's one of the big names in there. People are getting cute, man. A lot of limelight. That's why I tell everybody, man, all the things that you think that the government doesn't know about or is uncontrollable, no, they know exactly where it's at. They know exactly how to control it, and they know exactly how to bring it down, man. So nothing happen unless they want it to.
Exactly, dog.
It's either going to play into their strengths of the narrative of the game they trying to run on us, because ultimately the government is a pimp. You may not want to consider it a pimp, but he's pimping you. He passes one law, but then he goes against that and gives something that's completely, you know, deemed as preposterous, man, and absurd. But you got to look at our judiciary system that allows for this. You know, we live in a country where only 3 states don't consider the age of 18, you know, an adult.
Yeah, that's weird, yo.
You ever notice that?
Yeah, just,
like, you know, you know, the laws are so crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, everything is nuts. You mean to tell me that everybody is cool, you know, with allowing, you know, certain things to sweep through the radar publicly if the person is white? It's like the government is picking and choosing on when is it cool, when is it not cool. I'm like, bro, which one is it, man?
Mm-hmm.
And it's almost like they setting everybody up, you know, for failure. And it's really hard to look at sometimes. This country is not a country. It's an empire. It's people. They don't look at us. They don't look at most of us as people. People of color, they don't consider us humans. They consider us just a work labor force, and all we are is a consumer and a number to them. Which is why I stress, again, go into business for yourself.
Yep. That's the only way you can say fuck you, government, is going to business by yourself. Yep.
The government is the beast, and the government is the machine. It is designed to go into their favor. Now, recently, I'm not trying to, you know, delve too much into religion, but I know Revelation is when I go back to spirits. The 4 horsemen are at work right now, and the book of Revelation is open as I'm talking to you. Now, I don't know if anybody pays attention to a lot of stuff, but how we used to, remember when we used to frown on George Bush because of Hurricane Katrina, but we praised Barack Obama because he pulled us out, he stabilized the economy somewhat. But what we didn't realize was those two men, they're part of the same Freemason fraternity.
Baphomet, whatever you call it, yeah.
They're both are part of, Skull and Crossbones Masonic fraternity. And guess who they know? They back, you know what I'm saying? They know Jay-Z. And in every music video, there are rituals being performed to keep the people blind, deaf, and dumb. But they'll call me a conspiracy nut for it, but all the symbolism is right there in front of your face. The beast is everywhere. Yeah. I don't know if you like, and I'm saying I don't have nothing against people, but when I seen a clip of that Lil Nas X music video, I turned the TV off, man.
Dry humping the devil.
Yeah, man. I couldn't. I can't believe it, man. Now, I won't say that he speaks for all hip hop. He just speaks for himself. I'm noticing that the agenda changed a long time ago. We used to be about peace, love, unity, and having fun. And we traded that for money, sex, guns, and drugs. Now, all the children, instead of them feeling like hope, it's like when you watch a movie now. You ever notice that the hope from the movie, when you watching it and you follow the main protagonist throughout their journey in the film, it used to be a time back in the day, bro, you felt an uplifting feeling that there was progress that was going to happen. It was a feeling that makes you feel good. And now when you watch a movie, you don't feel good. There is no hope.
Fuck, man. Revelations.
And it's like the spirits jumping from everywhere in the room. The 4 horsemen are at work, man. And I see the energy now. The horseman at war, he's at work. Every time you see a bunch of people that are about to get into it, his presence is known. And it rubs off people. And you'll be able to see it. Conquest, death, and I think the other one was famine, right?
Yep.
So all 4 of them are at war, are at work right now.
Yeah.
And the devil himself has a front row seat. And he's laughing at all of us, man. I don't know if you remember something in Revelation about the beast would have 7 tentacles or something like that.
Okay.
If you know, and it would be called on an island. Well, recently, Joe Biden, he had a meeting with 6 other people just went to an island just recently, and they had a meeting. Well, it's almost like we're seeing everything unfold in front of us, and we feel like no matter what we do to stop it, we often feel helpless. But the truth is, that's not. We have a way, to turn the tide, man. It can't rain forever, man.
You said something about they turn a blind eye to a lot of shit, and there's a reason. Man. There's a reason why they shut down the Black Panthers quick. I mean, in a matter of years or whatever, they shut them down quick, but they let the Crips and Bloods flourish. There's a reason why.
Definitely, there's a reason why, man.
It's just a lot of shit going on, and they're like, all right, yeah, we'll turn a blind eye to that. Here's as a matter of fact, here's a train full of guns that we're gonna leave right here in South Central Los Angeles. Go ahead, grab them.
Yeah, like the old freight trains, right?
Yeah. I've heard so many OGs on my show tell me that, and it's been told so many times that I'm like, wow, it really had to happen, to where they would just come across a random train and they'd go inside and there'd just be guns everywhere. Just again, they would automatic weapons, and that's how a lot of the automatic weapons ended up in South Central.
Oh yeah, I mean, they figured like, shoot, if everybody's focused on survival from their own people, from the people that look like them, nobody is pointing a gun at the party that gave it to them. And my mom said something actually, the other day. She said, one thing I never understood about you brothers, you black men, some of y'all rob each other, kill each other, hustle each other, but you won't touch the oppressor.
There it is.
What's up with that, man?
That's it right there, homie.
Like, what's like we all aiming guns at each other. Why didn't we aim the guns at the oppressor? Just because what you think? Just because they smile like they belong on a Hallmark card, that makes it good? No, the country is still fucked up, and that, you know what I mean? It's still fucked up, and it's still a shithole, man.
Schoolboy Q had a line that you just reminded me of. He said, all right, I'm gonna misquote it, I know, but he said something along the lines of, wrong nigga in your hood, you gonna ride on him, but a white dude with a badge, you gonna let that slide? Just like that, man.
It's just like, you know, I really can't understand it, you know? And it's really, it's even, you know what I'm saying? It's almost like we don't see what's harming us or what's hurting us. Now, I'm not here to say that everyone, you know, that's white is evil. I'm not here to say that. I will say that there are some people that are racist and have hidden agendas,
of course, yeah.
and they might smile in your face daily. That does not mean they like you.
Yeah, and just because they're screaming Black Power with you right next to that, next to you at the Black Lives Matter march, and just because they, I have a black boyfriend and I like black, that doesn't mean they're really fucking with you. Like, those could be some of the most racist motherfuckers. The ones that are screaming that they support us the most, they're the ones that say the N-word behind their back, you know.
Yeah, man. I mean, shoot. I mean, these are the same people that felt like it was okay to say the N-word when all the rappers first started coming out with G-Funk. So you take those same people that are at the concerts, right? You'll find that the number is greatly diminished when it's really down for the cause. And nowadays, I've seen more people that are not black with Black Lives Matter masks than actual blacks. Oh, yeah. But that depends on certain regions of the U.S. though. I'm sure it's vastly different from California.
No, you're one. Now I'm gonna tell you right now, homie. I've been to a few. I tripped out, got it on camera, where I was at one last May, and there was, I would say, 80% other, 20% black. And trip out, this lady got a bullhorn, and she yelled out, basically, can all the black people come to the front because the news cameras are coming, and they wanted to see a bunch of black people in the front because there 8 out of 10 were Asian or Mexican or white, just like you said, dog. And they had to literally ask all the black people to come to the front so it looks better for the news cameras. It's all perception, man.
Yeah, like, you know, for me, and I'm not even trying to sound like I'm just against protest. My idea of protest is me organizing with my people and taking our issues to the mayor and the city council so that we can have a petition of a law that we want changed. That's how I protest. After that, I'm going home. The revolution shall not be televised. I'm not doing this for the camera. I'm not doing this for no clout. I don't want the clout. Yeah. And this generation doesn't understand that. And with Black Lives Matter, it's ran by a white man. Yep. I couldn't believe it.
Man,
now they 90 million was raised in just a short amount of time frame.
How much was distributed to, how much was distributed to black churches, black businesses? Nan penny, dog.
I didn't see anything. Like, I don't have any evidence. And I asked, and I've debated to people on social media and even in person, like, where's, you know what I'm saying? What do we have to show for it, bro?
Nothing.
Show me the numbers where it went somewhere. This Avenue Trey coming live with you off of Dusty Vision TV.
Just give me a little bit of peace, steady job and some food to eat. Just give me a little bit of peace, steady job and some food to eat. Just give me a little bit of peace, steady job.
You know, because so far all I see is I see a people with an agenda that want to conquer and colonize everything that we touch, and not just with black. They're doing this to everybody that's not black as well. You know? Mm-hmm. Like, the concept is deep, and TV is a tool to reinforce that. They showing you what's happening. Mm-hmm. They letting us know that our culture don't belong to us no more. They taking it from us, just like they pushing us out of the hood, and they pushing us 20, 30 minutes away from the hood. we thinking, oh, it's a come up, a house.
Yeah,
for those that don't know,
it's only $50,000. Cool.
We giving you like 1.4 million for your house. You thinking that, oh man, I just came up. I sold my house. Like I'm pretty sure in your city, you get letters on your door.
Like a dog. I was just telling the story. I was walking through Inglewood, just randomly not too long ago, and there's a fucking white dude jogging next to me with his little dog with his little coffee in hand. I wouldn't have been walking down that street 7, 8, 10 years ago. You know what I'm saying? But now and it's all because of a stadium that was built there. And like you said, they said, hey, black person, how about I pay you $700,000 for your house? And dude, they're going to make triple, quadruple what they just sold.
Yeah. And I advise everybody everywhere.
Don't sell.
Don't sell,
Thank
man.
You. Grandma gives you a house that's been in the family for 50, 60 years. She bought it for, $20,000 50 years ago, and grandma dies, and now everybody just wants to sell the house and split it. Oh, I get 20 grand, you get 20 grand. We'll just sell it. Dude, that's the real reason why we're being gentrified, is because we're selling off the house that grandma had in the family for 50, 60 years because we want a quick little 30, 40, $50,000. Dude, it's not worth it. Hold on to that, because once it's going to be worth a lot more, dude.
Yeah. I would hold on to my house for forever, really. As much property as you get, it's just like real estate.
Unless it really makes sense, you know what I'm saying? But like 30,000, 40,000, come on now, don't do it for that. But if it just makes sense and it's going to change your life, then fuck it, go for it. But don't just do it because you want that quick little come up, because a Jewish person is going to move
money
in.
runs out. You know how much people are getting PPP loans now? People getting unemployment, man.
Yeah.
People get that unemployment. That's $600 every week. Niggas ain't put that. I'm sorry for even saying that, man. People, they didn't spend that money on stuff they were supposed to. Nah, man. They spent that shit to flex and go to the club, bro.
Yeah, strip clubs. Let's keep it real.
Like, come on, man. Like, I seen brothers and sisters right now. Adams Morgan on 14th Street, 14th and U. When you go right in Northwest, that's Uptown. Man, all through there, I seen nothing but baddies outside. But the thing about it is, everybody feels like they the shit now because they got their little unemployment money and their little PPP loan. But what they don't realize is that money is going to run out. And with the PPP loan, eventually you're going to have to pay that shit back.
Yep.
What do you got to show for it? What, you got your hair and nails done? What you got? Brand new car? What you got? Brand new dress? What you got? Some Jordans? You got 13 names in one outfit. That's 13 millionaires, really billionaires. Tommy Hilfiger does not give a fuck about black people. They do not care about us, man.
Yep.
None of the big ones do. At one point in time, Gucci hated us. They still do. We're rocking this shit. They don't like us, man. But we don't. We caught up in these brands. You see, the true lock and chain and shackle on us is what the values that we place the most emphasis on. If we have the power to say, fuck these brands, a lot of corporations would cease to exist.
Facts, homie.
Facts. If we just say, you know what, we doing this for our people, we supporting our community, we coming out for someone that is a representation of us and our community, that's what we give a fuck about. We do not care about these big places. These corporate Mongols don't care about us, man. These massive consumers, conglomerates, look at us as just units on a screen all day. We're like stock to them. We're like cryptocurrency to them. And speaking of which, China's ahead of us right now. Our American dollar value is going down, shrinking. We lost gold and we lost silver. It's no longer back from. It hasn't been backed by gold or silver for the last 50 plus years. And we've been printing money from the sky. It don't hold no value, man.
Yeah.
It's shrinking and depleting. And eventually, everybody's going to have to go digital. Everybody.
Yeah.
The money that you got today that's in physical form, that paper, won't mean nothing anymore. It won't.
Yeah, and it's not going to mean anything either is that $600 a week that you're getting. That shit ain't going to mean nothing if everything is going to go up in price, because that's exactly what happens. The price of living everywhere is through the roof, and that $600, that's not even, that's not even real legit money. You know what I'm saying? Considering inflation is going up. And also, I want to say something real quick, because I know this past year, you know, when the COVID was going, I see the hood is just coming up on the scams. You know what I'm saying? The PPP scams and the EDD scams or whatever. Let me tell you guys right now, you think you're getting away with that shit. Once again, this goes back to there is a plan behind everything. And they're eventually going to catch every single one of you motherfuckers who think you're getting away with it, with these EDD and PPP scams, and the hood is turning up. And dude, just like my man Trey said earlier, nothing goes by the government without them knowing, dog. And they know that the hood right now is turned up with the scam thing. And if they don't get you today, they'll get you in a couple of months. They'll get you in a year, but eventually they're going to get your ass.
They will. You know, it's like this, man. Even in a cartoon like Batman, the animated series, the Joker has a line, and he says, yeah, Batman is a trip, but the IRS, you ain't messing with them.
Yep, there you go.
No, I'm dead serious. Like, I know I ain't mean to go that far, man.
I like
but, you know, you ain't escaping him, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You ain't. Internal Revenue Service is at your grill.
Yeah, especially when times get hard for the government as well. When the dollar is short, they're going to try to get every dollar penny that they can from everybody, and they're going to start. Oh wait, this person had this EDD and that. Wait, hold on, and then they're going to piece everything together, and you're going to end up doing 8 months in jail for some bullshit, and you know what I'm saying, lose a bunch more money.
Yeah, man, you got to watch out for everything on the internet, not just with these people doing the scam. Worse than that, you might even have some people that really know you. It might slide in your DMs or your inbox, and they might say, hey, brother, hey, sister, did you hear the good news?
Oh, yeah, I get that shit all the time.
Come on, man, like, bro, like,
I've got him on the phone. I had a Nigerian on the phone one time.
I'm just like, bro, come on, man. And then it's even worse.
Don't believe anything.
I can't trust nothing on the internet. I don't even trust the woman that's naked, you know what I mean, shaking it, trying to promote her OnlyFans page. I don't even trust that. Mm-hmm. And my reason is, and that's another thing too, there's a lot of women soliciting, you know, online. You know, this is the dumbest, and this is the most backwards thing you could do. I thought the old school was, okay, nobody is proud to solicit. You know what I mean? That's what it's called, solicitation. There's a lot of prostitution going around. I've never met a prostitute that had an Instagram OnlyFans page, which is literally a walking indictment.
I see it all the time.
And then here's the thing. How do you know that they ain't the ones organizing, you know, with the police? They got an arrangement with the police to catch certain gang members, or just anybody that's trying to make a purchase. You don't know how they think. I'm not, and here's the thing. For the record, I never paid for no type of ass a day in my life. I refuse. My mind is so paranoid, not just online, but how do you even know that's a woman talking to you? That could be a catfish. You don't know if this is a setup to make anybody look bad. You don't know if this is a setup to get you out. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, meet me up over here, and then you on Instagram Live with your mans, and then you get the clip emptied out on you. You don't know if this is the enemy looking for you. You don't know who's looking for you. Yep. Even if you ain't on the internet with it. You see a girl on the corner with a hooker's body, man, leave that woman alone, man. Leave that chick alone, man. Yep. You don't know. All you see is ass, and you guys are sold. You have no idea that there's a car, either full of police, waiting for the sting operation. Because when she has that fist balled up, and she turns her face like she's coughing, and she's talking, you know, in her fist. That's a microphone, and them unmarked is going to pull up, and they are going to get you. What's even worse than that is, she might not even be with the police. She might be with a rival gang.
That too. Set your ass up.
You know, yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? It could be a car full of dudes. It could be 4 dudes in a car loaded with big machine guns coming to get your ass. You thinking that you got the girl the whole time. You don't even know what the real agenda is. Like, and then what's even worse is sometimes that's not even a girl standing on the corner. That could be your enemy that took the time out their day to actually look like a woman just to get close to you and put the pistol to you themselves up close and personal. You really don't know.
Yeah, man.
You know, and I'm pretty sure, like, bro, they got, like, the streets is wild, man. And the police are capitalizing off the streets. That's what people don't see.
That keeps them working. That keeps them employed. Lifetime employment, man. As long as we keep doing dumb shit, they will continue to have jobs, man.
It's Avenue Trey coming live with you off of Dusty Vision TV.
Just give me a little bit of peace, steady job and some food to eat. Just give me a little bit of peace, steady job and some food to eat. Just give me a little bit of peace, steady job.
It's rough, man. Like I don't even go to certain parties and functions. I won't go to, because there was an experience where I had recent. Like last year, I was making that bag, bro. And I got a random call from one of my men. He called me up saying, "Hey, man, we're going to a hotel party. The stripper's going to be there." So I'm like, "All right, fuck it. I ain't seen no ass in a minute, so because I've been focused on the grind. A little bit of fun won't hurt me, right?" Sure enough, I was wrong, man. When I got to the hotel, the police officer that was in the parking lot stopped us. And we didn't even tell him where we were going. He just assumed. He was like, "I know y'all going to that OnlyFans party." We all looked at him like he didn't know what the fuck he was talking about. Something inside of me said, "This is the guy that's going to rob the party." In my head, I think that it was like my gut is going off, telling me something. But the guys that I'm with, they're still, how they, dudes be thirsty. They like, man, I'm still trying to. Yeah, they trying to see some ass. They don't care. So we go to the party, right? I recognize one stripper that I tattooed years ago. And she pulled me to the side and she told me, that girl knows the police downstairs. And she does this all the time at this hotel. I was like, what?
Wow.
So this is a regular? Oh, yeah, it's routine. And I'm like, what? So I have one drink. I put my drink down. I pull my men to the side. I'm like, "Yo, man, it's getting kind of late. Let's bounce." Before we could bounce, we get a knock at the door. Police come in the party, right? They make everybody, take out their IDs. Everybody's been, ID'd or whatever. They shut the party down. And they know niggas is going to go back in like 20 plus minutes. They know that. So everybody's going to leave the hotel for 20 minutes. Now pay attention to all the police that came in. Watch that you're not going to see the same number of them come back when something happens at that party. Now, also, look at the boots. Look at the way they stand, look at the posture. All that will tell you. The mannerisms will tell you. So, needless to say, 20 minutes, we go back up to the same room. That's where we fucked up at. Because what we didn't realize was the police patting everybody down to make sure you don't have a what? You don't have no straps.
Right.
That gave them all the confidence that they needed to send you know what I'm saying? So when you see these guys with army fatigue jackets on and ski masks, they got what? They got tactical gear on. They got combat boots and gloves on. They knock at the door as gentle as a lamb. And guess what? The head stripper in charge of the party, the headliner. She goes right past everybody. She opens the door. She comes back walking casual. Then out of nowhere, all you hear is everybody get the fuck on the ground.
Run that shit.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody is, including myself. I'm the first person right next to the door. So if anybody was going to die that night, it would have been me. But I'm alive, so I can talk about it. I got down. You know what I'm saying? I'm lying, on my stomach, just like everybody else. I got my hands up and my feet up in the air, just like everybody else lying flat. I'm like, wait a minute. This is what the police do to you when they tell you get out your vehicle. Why the fuck are the stick-up kid or the stick-up dudes, why are they acting like this? And the way they combed through the entire, you know what I'm saying, like room was like a stake run, like what officers do. Patting everybody down and shit. When they got to me, they said, "All right, Mr. Crip, kick out some money." And the only reason they knew I was a Crip is because they seen my rag out. They seen it out the left side. They told me, kick something out. And he cocked it right on my head.
Damn.
Only thing I had on me, because I'm really from the street, I'm smart enough to know, don't bring your wallet to a stripper party, especially a hotel party. What you gonna do? Pick out your debit card and swipe the crack of her ass? Yeah. I'm not Nelly, my man. I'm not this ain't tip drill. I don't play those type of games. The only games I'm playing is chess and fucking freeze tag. You know? So I, needless to say, I empty my pockets. All I had in there was my ID. When they looked at my ID, they hit me upside my head. It was like the butt of the gun. Mm. You know what I'm saying? Then my man, he got hit in his face with the back of a sawed off, After that, it was like, okay, they didn't have nothing. The guy that was with us, he had left us in the living room and disappeared in the bedroom and threw his watch out. He's hiding under the bed. And I understand everybody is fearing for their life, but homie, stuff like that, it really showed you, everything you need to know about everybody that you hang around. Because you can't really blame him because he's a civilian. These are civilians that I'm hanging out with. Yeah. I'm the only gang member at this party. I'm the only street dude here. So I see right through everything. After they left the party, ambulance came and got me. All they did was give me a bag to barf in because I was throwing up because I was super drunk. And I just came back to the house, you know what I'm saying? And had to go get up and go to work the very next day with shades on my face, because I had a black eye.
Damn, dog.
Hey, but I'm still here, man. Yeah. I'm here for a real reason. This is reality. This is real life. Mm-hmm. I'm here to educate the brothers and the sisters on what not to do. This is a level of education that's deadly. Unfortunately, a lot of brothers ain't here to tell that story, especially like that young guy, Indian Redboy.
Man, dog. I didn't know if you wanted to comment on that, but I got about, 10 more minutes if you do. I mean, would you like to comment on that situation?
I mean, sure.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so let me remind everybody, by the time I play this, it'll have been a minute, but Indian Redboy was the dude who was sitting in his car on Instagram Live talking to Capone, who allegedly is a guy who did the whole defaced Nipsey Hussle's mural. Very horrible video. I watched it. I wish I didn't watch it. But yeah, man, what are your thoughts on that?
I feel like that is the prime example of what we've been talking about since the start of this conversation. When you do stuff for clout, you don't realize the ramifications and the consequences that come with that. There was a line that Nip said back in the day, even if you wasn't the dude fighting, if you was the cameraman, that's just as bad. You catching it too. So when he did that, and a quick history for everybody, Inglewood, formerly known as Chain Gang, they already had a beef with the 60s and the neighborhood Crip. They're mortal enemies for over 50 plus years. So I'm not here to, like joke about or disrespect the dead. It's highly unfortunate that a situation like that occurred. However, I will say this, I can't feel sorry for stupidity when people are willingly putting themselves in a position to be taken out. I can't stress that enough, because now Indian Redboy and Capone, they kind of remind you of Block Boy. Remember Block Boy?
Yeah, back in December. Yeah, killed in Lakewood, California. Yeah, a nice area.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, Capone is next. Unfortunate, you know what I mean? But he out of all the people, bro, he disrespected the mural, bro. He wasn't supposed to do that. I understand that everybody, every Crip is not your Crip and every blood ain't your enemy. You know what I'm saying? But for him, he shouldn't have did that to get his name and everybody's talking about him. Now what's really crazy is everybody's talking about his man and he's not even here to witness the fame. That's what's crazy. Mm-mm-mm. He played himself on that one, bro. Played him like a smooth fiddle. And then the very next day, they on Instagram and you can see Capone joking with a female right after this happened. So I'm like, damn, he don't even care about his own homeboy. And from what I'm understanding, Indian Redboy left One Blood neighborhood because the brothers the dudes that he called brothers, they were sleeping with a woman that was clearly for the streets. He couldn't accept that, and he switched hoods because he thought that the love and admiration would be different. My advice to those listening: the streets is undefeated. The streets is not your friend. The streets is not your partner. The streets will devour you. That boy didn't even make it past what?
21.
Younger than 21, right?
Yeah, man.
Come on, man. It's a privilege to see 31.
Yeah.
I'm 31 going into 32. It's a privilege.
There was probably a time in your life where you were like, I'm never going to make it to 30, man.
I didn't even think I was going to make it past 21, man. You know, I'm just keeping it all the way a stack. I'm keeping it all a whole stack with you. There's a lot of things that people take for granted and people don't really see in front of them. But you should have never disrespected Nipsey Hussle's mural, let alone like that community, man. Leave them alone. When you clout chase, it's gonna come back on you. It's gonna catch up with you. And then it's like this. People, we know the 60s didn't do it. So what does that tell you? 60s ain't killed that boy. That boy got killed from people that knew him. You know what I'm saying? Damn. Set up by a girl. Well, who wants to set you up? When you beef with so many people, you're not going to see who's going to be the one that's going to do you in. It's very unwise.
How many men have died from a female setting them up? I mean, let's keep it real. I could think, I'm not going to name any names, but I could think of just a few off the top of my head, and it's just like over female.
Wars have started.
Fight by females, exactly. Yeah.
War, like all war, like most of the gang wars happen because of a female, man.
Okay.
Brothers need to understand if that female is not for you, bro, she's for the streets. Leave her alone, man. You know, if the brothers, I'm not even trying to be funny when I say this. If you think this female is such a hoe, this is what you do. You tell her, you invite her up to your house or your people's houses, or the dude that you think that the homeboy that you think she's creeping with, tell him come to his house. And unbeknownst to her, wait in the cut, you know, have the camera rolling. And as soon as she comes in there, ready to get it on with old boy, you come from behind with the camera saying, "They cheese, bitch." It's finna be a party up
Put that shit on YouTube and make $1 million.
I mean, this is what she want, right? This is what she want. She wants all of us. So we all gonna come together like Voltron. We could take turns however they want to do it. Because this is what she wants. You know what I'm saying? You cannot wife a woman that's for the streets. A woman that's for the streets views the brothers as stupid.
Many have tried, all have failed.
Like, man, a woman is going to stop doing what she wants to do when she going to stop. You know, everybody go through a whole phase, but some of us, we got to recognize a lost cause is a lost cause, man. And, you know, countless homies, you know, from different hoods have lost their lives behind something like this, man. Nowadays, I'm like all these women, and it's a fun fact. There are more women on this planet than men, which means there are a lot more options, brothers. Don't be so tender dick.
Yep.
Get a new chick, man. You know, there's so many flavors. All right, you couldn't get that one, man. Get another one. What did Eazy-E say, man? Well, he had a line. He had to throw. What was it? He crashed his car. He totaled it, and he had to throw it in the gutter to go buy another. Same Boys in the Hood, right?
Yep.
G Mix. That's my favorite version. The G Mix of the Boys in the Hood. Like, come on, man. Like, they got to, like, brothers can't hold on to this no more, man. Some shit you got to let go, because if you don't let go, it's going to block your blessing. You know, my OGs tell me this, like, everybody from Rolling Slim to Big Slim. You know what I'm saying? Big Slim Devil always stresses this to us. Big K-Dog has told us this. Rolling Slim, I'm reiterating, Rolling Slim tells us about protecting our energy all the time. The OGs, my OGs, tell me this. They deliver this to everybody. You know? They stress that enough, man.
Yeah, man.
You gotta protect yourself from bullshit.
That energy.
It's not helping you, it's hurting you, man.
Yeah, that energy. That was a common theme throughout the day, man. And I hate to wrap it up, dog, but that was a great fucking conversation, and I hope we spit some game, man. I really like talking to you, homie. Real talk. I want to do this every few months, man. Just catch up. And we didn't even talk gang shit. That's what I like. Like, I like fucking with you because we don't even talk gang shit. We just talk real shit, government shit, and this and that. So I'm a kind of make it a point to check in with you every couple of months, man. Definitely. Tell everybody once again where they can find you. My man does tattoos, and my man has a dope clothing line. So I'm gonna let you take the floor, man. Go ahead.
Got you, man. It's Avenue Trey coming live with you off of Dusty Vision TV. Hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button. And if you want to follow me, just type in 3100 _ avenues _ originals. And shout out to artist Wizzy Snow. Shout out to 301 Tone. And shout out to King Mine Entertainment.